distant lands we gather, hearts of fire all along. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. Warriors of the ancient sea, songs of glory dark and bold. In the night, our spirits free, legends born, tales unfold. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. From horizons wild we roam, with thunder in our soul. Every battle brings us home to the stories ages told. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight.
Hey, old folks, welcome back.
Your Honor, Ms. Doherty had taxed, she's in the building, but she said go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. So since you did openings, you would handle any objections, and I'm assuming Mr. Malcolm's doing openings?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, then let's bring in our jury.
There she is.
All right, we got back right in time. Now, this will be interesting to compare the defense opening statements and especially how the prosecution acts.
All rise.
Because I have this notion that I hope I will be wrong, but if the prosecution objects, I think she will sustain it, even though it might be the same things she overruled during the state's opening. But we have to wait and see.
All jurors are in.
Okay, very good. Welcome back, members of the jury. We're ready to proceed. Does the defense wish to make an opening statement at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there was no evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews killed Charles Jones. No evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews wanted Charles Jones dead. No evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews did anything to help that group of men kill Charles Jones. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're not just here to deliver a verdict. You are here to right a wrong. And so are we.
Okay, that was theatrical. I wonder what the composition of the jury is.
There are a few things that you should keep in mind throughout this trial. One, on the weekend Charles Jones was killed, Alicia Andrews was on a weekend trip with her boyfriend with only one agenda: to be with her boyfriend. Two, Alicia Andrews is not in a gang. Three, with the exception of her boyfriend, Alicia Andrews did not know any of those men in that group, and none of those men in that group knew Alicia Andrews. As a matter of fact, if there was some conspiracy, Alicia Andrews was not in the loop because she was not in the group.
Oh.
4, Alicia Andrews is not a part of the drill rap culture, nor the drill rap scene. 5, Alicia Andrews did not have any physical evidence on any weapon displayed by the state. You would not find DNA, fingerprints, no physical evidence whatsoever linking Alicia Andrews to this case. 6, Alicia Andrews did not have a motive. In other words, there is no evidence whatsoever to support this case of conspiracy or first-degree murder against Alicia Andrews. I'm sure you're wondering, if there's no evidence against Alicia Andrews, then why are we here? We're here because of the perception of the facts of one man, Detective Juan Ramos. But ladies and gentlemen of the jury, perception is not reality. Detective Juan Ramos is the lead detective on this case. Let me tell you a bit about him. Detective Juan Ramos had only worked homicide for about 4 months when he got this case. Became a homicide detective in February. This murder happened in June. His first time as a lead detective on the case, and he lands perhaps one of the biggest homicide cases that the Tampa Police Department has seen in a while. Not by any merit, not by something he did to deserve it, simply luck of the draw. The Tampa Police Department handles 40 to 60 homicides a year, and they put their detectives in rotation. And so, luck of the draw, Detective Ramos gets this case. He shows up to the scene, speaks to a couple of his fellow officers, and begins to talk to witnesses, gathers some information about evidence and what have you, but his first big break in the case came when he got some intel from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office advised him that perhaps a man named Rashad Murphy and a man named Isaiah Chance might have something to do with this homicide. His second big break came when he ran a bullet through, and I say a bullet, the ATF gathered 30 of the 31 bullets left. He had one bullet, luck of the draw. Ran this one bullet through their system that kind of, and it's a shell casing, not a bullet, a shell casing. It has a fingerprint, once the firing pin strikes the casing, it leaves like a fingerprint, a distinct marking. And he gets a hit that alerts him to the fact that there were other fingerprints matching 5 shootings in Jacksonville prior. So now he has the idea that the shooters might have come from Jacksonville. After that, he proceeds to gather intel like information from license plate readers. Then he starts looking at cell phone data records. Then he uses that information to piece some other things together that leads him to a few spots in town. An Airbnb, a McDonald's, a strip club called Teasers, and a club called Truth 18. And you saw some of the video footage. When Detective Ramos first gets this Airbnb video, he sees Alicia Andrews at the front door. and surmises that because he sees no one else go in, Alicia Andrews must have let them in the back door. But perception is not reality. He sees Alicia Andrews at the McDonald's with no mask, and then sees her at the club, in the parking lot of the Club Teasers with the mask, and surmises that she must have had the mask on to cover her face at Teasers because she didn't have a mask on at McDonald's. But perception is not reality. Again, he sees Alicia Andrews with her boyfriend at Club Truth 18 walking with the mask on, surmising once again because she didn't have a mask on at McDonald's, but did have a mask on as she walked towards the club. She attempted to conceal her identity with that mask at Truth 18. Ladies and gentlemen, perception is not reality. It's just some human decision. Reality, however, is immovable. And we're going to talk about Alicia's reality in just a moment when I tell you what really happened. But with all of this intelligence, all of this assumption, all of this surmise, Detective Juan Ramos goes and gets Alicia Andrews and brings her into an interrogation room. And he begins to present to her what he calls evidence and tell her what his perception of the evidence is, as if it is reality. Well, it's simply not. What really happened in this case is Alicia Andrews was on a weekend trip with her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. But before we talk about the trip, let me tell you a little bit about Alicia. Alicia, high school graduate, did really well in school, well enough to apply to college and get accepted at Bethune-Cookman University.
Judge, can we approach?
Yes, come on up.
Are you serious? Prosecutor, you rambled on for 2.5 hours without 2.5 hours of prosecution's opening statement. Less than 5 minutes was about Alicia. And now, what was wrong here? I don't know. I don't know what. Well, first of all, sidebar counter 3. I have no idea why there's a sidebar. Now, of course, the prosecution might be scared that this could be self-serving. But they actually have to do the self-serving before the objection. There's no such thing as a well, there is a thing that is a preemptive objection. That is called a motion in limine. And if you have this discussion pre-trial, and we're basically told to fuck off, then sit down and shut the fuck up. Jesus. Welcome to my show, folks. There will be cursing. And hello, folks, and welcome. Hello, Siobhan, Turnips, Dark Lotus, Erin. Who else did I see? Foxboy. Hello, Platt, Mavka. If when you have time, you all should read the lyrics to Foolio's When I See You and Dead Ops. I suspect there will be the state's motive. Well, I can't do it here. Well, but you're all welcome to. Sometimes even reading lyrics gets copyright claimed. Yeah, and we are fully live, so I can't speed ahead.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alicia's reality. High school graduate, good student. Applied to and was accepted to Bethune-Cookman University, right there in Daytona, not too far from home. But chose not to go, to stay close to home, and instead went to tech school, become an esthetician, does hair, not hair, but eyelashes, makeup, nails, skincare, that kind of thing. She was a substitute teacher whom parents trusted with their children, even children who had some special needs and disabilities. This was Alicia. While in school, Alicia Andrews. The state reminded me that I have to use her first and last name.
Objection, improper.
Yeah, I must sustain the objection. So that's the general rule in court, last names only, okay, for everybody. All right, thank you, Mr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Alicia Andrews, while in school, befriended the sister of Isaiah Chance. They ran in the same social circles in high school, and through that process, Isaiah Chance became familiar with her, and she with him. And he reached out to her via direct message, and they developed a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. And, I mean, you know, Isaiah Chance, tall, slender, handsome fella, captivating, charismatic. Alicia liked him. He liked her. So she thought. She would learn through their tumultuous, on-again, off-again relationship that perception is not always reality, and Isaiah Chance just really wasn't the guy she thought he was. You heard about the tattoos, sure. Young lady, liking a boy in high school who, to her, was just a rapper. Not a gangster, not some street code name. Gutter was Isaiah's rap name. So Alicia Andrews got her boyfriend's rap name tattooed on her. A tattoo that she wasn't supposed to have, just like the relationship with Isaiah Chance. But it happened. As time moves on, Alicia Andrews learns that not only is Isaiah Chance more than not nice, sometimes he could be threatening, controlling. Sometimes she'd have to suffer serious consequences if she upset him. She learned that in the most serious ways. So, fast forward to 2023, Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance on again, off again, on again, off again. Now, could be that Alicia's pregnant. This is during that on again, off again time period. They decide to take this trip. There's a big fight, a lot of fuss right before, and there's this makeup time. Isaiah says, hey, let's go to Atlanta. She didn't want to go that far away from home. Then he says, let's go to Tampa.
Your Honor, I object and ask to approach.
Okay, what's the legal basis for the objection?
Lack of good faith basis to make this statement, and you said,
Come on up.
Oh, for fuck's sake, prosecution. Your entire opening statement were unillicit narration, speculation presented as evidence. This is stupid. She was so quick with just saying overruled when the defense made correct objections. But here, come up. Let's talk about it. Which brings us to hide bar counter 4.
So Tampa it is. Isaiah doesn't follow this young lady on Instagram. I'm not sure if you know how the Instagram thing works with direct messages, but when you DM somebody, if you're not a follower, direct message someone, if you're not a follower, the message just sits in the request, kind of waiting for the person to approve the message you intend to send. So Isaiah Chance doesn't follow this woman who does half-offs for Airbnbs and asks Miss Andrews to reach out to the woman whom Miss Andrews does follow and ask her to see if she can hook up an Airbnb for the weekend. Miss Andrews does. Gets on a Instagram and says, hey, half-offs, ask for availability in response. She says, or ask for a time in response, and she says, let's do it this weekend. She says, how many rooms? She says 2. Now, there's some assumption on Mr. or Detective Ramos' side that because Alicia Andrews asked for 2 rooms for this romantic getaway, as he claims it to be, was some indication that she intended for this other group of guys to come to the Airbnb with them. In reality, Miss Andrews and Isaiah Chance were kind of on the outs. Didn't know if they were going to be on the in or the outs. So they got 2 rooms, bigger, more comfortable, some space for this trip that was to be a trip of reckoning and maybe reconciliation. Ultimately, though, Alicia Andrews and the friend or follower does not book the Airbnb. Somebody else does. Alicia Andrews did not know that somebody else books the Airbnb. She was out of the loop. Nonetheless, Airbnb booked on the way to Tampa. Isaiah Chance, and you saw the video, before he picks up Alicia Andrews, stops by Sean Gaithwright's house, where he packs up all of these bags. Alicia Andrews never sees what goes into the Impala. She's not a part of that packing process, not in the loop. Isaiah Chance goes and then picks up Miss Andrews, brings her back to where they pack the bags, and then they head down to Tampa. Miss Andrews believes that they're about to hit the road, come straight from Jacksonville to Tampa, but they make a stop at this gas station, and as Alicia Andrews sees her boyfriend get out and dap up some people and what have you, and the next thing you know, they're on the road again. Now, mind you, Sean Gaithwright's in the driver's seat. Isaiah Chance is in the front passenger seat, and Alicia Andrews is in the back seat, on her phone, TikToking, FaceTiming, or whatever it is they do on a road trip. Once arriving in Tampa, get to the Airbnb, just her, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gaithright. While the two men in front get out of the car, Miss Andrews is in the back still on her phone. The gentlemen get out of the car, go inside the Airbnb. Miss Andrews then later gets out the car a few minutes after, goes to the front door. You saw it in the video, knocks on the door, and waits for someone to let her in. Now, when Detective Juan Ramos sees the video of Miss Andrews at the door, he perceives that Miss Andrews must have been the one who let the people who let her in the Airbnb because they don't see anybody else go in before her. Not the case. And the evidence will show you that. Alicia Andrews knocked on the door for the first time ever, approaching the Airbnb for the first time ever, let in by someone who was already in the Airbnb. She did not walk in the Airbnb and unlock a back door to let people come in to avoid being captured by the Ring camera. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Once inside the Airbnb, Miss Andrews goes upstairs, takes the laundry off the bed, the linen off the bed, puts it in the washing machine downstairs, and goes back upstairs. And so she's washing the bed linen and upstairs on her TikTok, on her phone, TikToking or whatever it is, talking to her sister via text message and talking to Mr. Chance's mother about how to operate the washing machine. And so she's upstairs the entire time before they leave to go to McDonald's. Alicia Andrews does not know who's coming in and out downstairs, doesn't know that there's a Rashad Murphy coming by, a Davion Murphy showing up, no clue. When it's time to go to McDonald's, though, she finds out. When it's time to go to McDonald's, she comes downstairs, and Mr. Chance gives her the keys and says, hey, go get in the car. And of course she does. She goes and gets in the passenger seat of the silver Cruise that you saw in the video, expecting that Mr. Chance would join her in the driver's seat and take her to get food. However, that's not what happens. Mr. Davion Murphy, big guy, listed at about 5'9", 215 pounds, burly looking fella, a little gruff, comes outside and makes Mr. Chance get in the back seat, and he hops in the front seat, and he drives the Cruise to the McDonald's. And you see Davion Murphy in the driver's seat, Alicia Andrews in the passenger seat, and Isaiah Chance is in the back. Now, in the interrogation room, Detective Ramos tells Alicia Andrews that she must not be wearing a mask at the clubs to conceal, she must be wearing the masks at the club to conceal her identity because she's not wearing a mask at the McDonald's. But the reality is, Alicia Andrews thought that it was just going to be her and her boyfriend. No reason to wear the health mask, the medical mask. Then she didn't know that Davion Murphy was going to bum rush the ride and take control of the driver's seat, let alone did she expect Isaiah Chance to let him do so. So she's caught without her mask unexpectedly. Davion's in the video, you see him smoking and puffing, and Alicia wants to say something, but she can't because she's afraid to say something to this guy who just bogarted the Cruise, made her man get in the back seat, and took over. She won't say anything. Not because she was trying to hide herself. She didn't say anything because she was scared. Not because she wanted the guy to smoke in her face, because she was scared. They get back to the Airbnb, and a few hours later, they head out again. Go to Club Teasers. Now they're in the cruise again, and Isaiah Chance is driving. Now the state asserts that because Isaiah Chance is driving and Alicia Andrews is right next to him while Isaiah Chance is on her phone, Alicia must have heard everything Isaiah said. They got that from Juan Ramos. But that's a bad assumption, because there's...
Objection to that comment, Your Honor. Is that proper?
Anyway, again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this are just the opening statements. The attorneys are telling you what they believe the evidence will be. That's all that it is, their belief. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's a bad assumption, because there's no way of knowing. Although the cell phone data shows that that line was open and there was communication between the two phones, there's no way of knowing whether Isaiah Chance was the talker or the listener. And even if Isaiah Chance was the talker, there's no way to know whether he was using explicit language that Alicia Andrews could understand. So when in the interrogation room, Detective Ramos asks Alicia Andrews what Isaiah Chance was saying, and she says, "I don't know." It was the truth. She didn't know. And there is no evidence whatsoever to the contrary. When they get to the club and they get out, Detective Ramos assumes that Alicia Andrews allows Isaiah Chance to use her phone. That's not the case. When Isaiah Chance says, "Give me the phone," she knows it's in her best interest to give him the phone. And so she does. Isaiah Chance uses Ms. Andrews' phone all the time, whenever he wants. Nothing new, nothing strange whatsoever to Ms. Andrews. "Give me your phone, here's the phone." So he asks for the code to unlock the phone, and Ms. Andrews gives him the code to unlock the phone. Nothing new, nothing strange, nothing suspicious about this at all. And you see them walking, and conspicuously you'll note that though there's an assertion that all the defendants in this murder conspired together, coordinated together, one stands out. When you see them in the video at Truth 18 and Teasers, you see that Isaiah Chance is dressed in all black, face covered with the health mask, hoodie on. You see Alicia Andrews not dressed in all black, mask on, face completely exposed. When you see the video of the shooters at the hotel, all dressed in black, from head to toe, Rashad Murphy and Sean Gaithright. Everybody's coordinated, dressed in black, covered from head to toe. Isaiah Chance, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Gaithright. All of them except Alicia. She wasn't in the loop. Then they walk up to the club. You see them go out of camera, then go back to the car, and they leave. Now, the state says that everywhere they went, they were following Charles Jones. As a matter of fact, the state even said Alicia was driving. Said that twice. Alicia Andrews doesn't even have a driver's license, doesn't even know how to drive, never drove, was never in control of the situation. She was a passenger in a car. Her boyfriend drove, in her mind, to get some food and to go to a few clubs in Tampa. She had one agenda, to be with her boyfriend. No mission to do anything to Mr. Charles Jones, be with the boyfriend. But the state says, and Detective Ramos said it too, that Alicia Andrews, if she wasn't a part of the conspiracy, should have stayed in the car, could have stayed in the car. But at the same time, the state tells you that Mr. Jones died in the car, caged. He was a sitting duck in a car. So of course, when Isaiah Chance gets out of the car in the middle of the night, Alicia Andrews knows better than to just stay in the car. She came with her boyfriend, intends to be with her boyfriend, gets out with her boyfriend, and walks to the club with her boyfriend. She didn't stay in the car like a sitting duck, because bad things can happen to you when you sit in the car in the parking lot. That's it. That's all.
If she has
No
nothing to do with that,
evidence
how would she
whatsoever
know?
suggesting that Alicia Andrews was on some surveillance mission. As a matter of fact, there's no indication that Isaiah Chance needed her help to survey anything. When walking, you'll see Alicia Andrews is farthest away from the club. Both clubs. No indication whatsoever that Alicia Andrews was on some kind of surveillance team, surveillance mission. She wasn't even dressed like the rest of the alleged conspirators. Alicia Andrews tells Detective Ramos this, but he says, no, what are you doing there? You must be stalking. You must be surveying. And she tells him that that's just not the case. I'm with my boyfriend. She says it over and over again, I'm just with my boyfriend. As a matter of fact, in that interrogation room, every time Detective Ramos asks her questions about herself, she's forthcoming and truthful. He tells her she has the right to remain silent. She doesn't exercise that right. She tells him exactly what he wants to know when he asks her questions about her. For example, in the interview, Detective Ramos asks, is that you in the car? Without hesitation. She says, yeah, that's me. Another truthful statement. Do you know the guy who drove you to McDonald's? No, she doesn't know him. Just showed up at the Airbnb that night. You guys went to some clubs? Yeah. Couldn't get in though. And the reason why they didn't go in is because they didn't like the price. They asked the bouncer how much, didn't like the price, didn't go in. Do you remember the clubs that you went to? Not really. Is that you and Zay as they walk through the parking lot? Isaiah, they call him Zay. Is that you and Zay? Yeah. Is he using your phone? Yeah. Who is he talking to on the phone? I don't know. At the McDonald's, was Isaiah in the back seat? Yeah. Every time Detective Ramos asks Ms. Andrews a question, she's honest, forthcoming, not trying to hide anything. It's just the truth. However, Detective Ramos doesn't like the truth. He gets upset, starts yelling at Alicia, starts cussing at Alicia, starts telling Alicia that she's going to die in jail, starts telling Alicia that her parents are going to die and she'll never get to see them, tell Alicia Andrews that she'll never be able to see her baby again, all because his perception doesn't fit her reality, and he won't let her reality change his perception. But the reality is Alicia Andrews had one agenda, and this group had an entirely different agenda. You'll see. You'll see that there was no instance in time where Alicia Andrews did anything to contribute to this conspiracy. As the state spoke to you, it spoke quite a while. Never once did they say that Alicia Andrews did anything like touch a gun, touch an extended clip, touch a brass catcher. None of that. You won't find any physical evidence, no DNA, no fingerprints. You think that being a part of this big conspiracy, at least one time, ex-boyfriend or somebody in the group said, hey, hold this gun. Hey, give me that magazine. Hey, what about the brass catcher? Not one time. No physical evidence, no DNA supporting any assertion that Alicia Andrews had anything to do with this conspiracy. It's almost as if Alicia Andrews was not necessary for the trip. Plain as day. It's true. These guys did not need Alicia Andrews to commit murder. No. Alicia Andrews did not know these guys intended to commit murder. No. No evidence whatsoever, except for Alicia Andrews came to Tampa to be with her boyfriend. The group, all of them in the group, made their phones go ghost, except Alicia Andrews. All of them wore all black attire, not Alicia Andrews. If the state's right, all of them went in the back door of the Airbnb, not Alicia Andrews. All of them brought guns to the party, except Alicia Andrews. It was Alicia Andrews the entire time who had one agenda and one alone, that to be with her boyfriend, never in a group of guys who conspired to kill Charles Jones if the state is right. I want you to stay focused throughout this trial. While the state spoke, it talked a lot about Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Isaiah Chance, Seth Gaithright, or Sean Gaithright, whichever one. But the styling of this case is the state of Florida versus Alicia Andrews. Stay focused. And you will see, ladies and gentlemen, that there is not one single shred of evidence that supports the state's claim that Alicia Andrews conspired to kill Charles Jones, let alone did anything to further such conspiracy. You'll listen to the evidence in this case, and you'll look for it. You'll look for it. You'll look to see the action that Alicia took to further this conspiracy. You'll hear the evidence in this case, and you'll look for it. You'll look to see evidence that Alicia Andrews knew something about this conspiracy to kill Charles Jones, but you won't see it. What you will learn is that Alicia Andrews had absolutely no knowledge that these four boys conspired to kill Charles Jones. And the reason she had no knowledge is because she was not in that group. She was never in the loop because she was never in the group. Despite all of the evidence all of the technology, cell phone records, license plate readers, DNA catchers, fingerprints, agencies like JSO, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Gwinnett County Police, Tampa Police Department, ATF, all of these agencies, all of this technology, none of it will render one shred of evidence to prove that case. It's kind of like what Isaac Asimov said when he said that the saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, listen to the evidence in this case. Be the wisdom, right the wrong, and render the only verdict that the facts and the law in this case supports. That Alicia Andrews, not only beyond a reasonable doubt, is not guilty. Alicia Andrews is innocent. Alicia Andrews is innocent. Alicia Andrews is innocent. And render a verdict of not guilty. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Malcolm. All right, state who's going to be your first witness.
All right. Defense opening statement. Concise. They had a story to tell. Did not like the sitting down in the beginning and banging on the desk. A bit too theatrical to my taste, but this is an attorney who works there. And I don't know the composition of the jury, but so yeah, the delivery, good. But there's a lot of maybes in there as well. There's a lot of maybes in there. But the burden is on the prosecution. And if the if the state's opening statement is anything to go after, out of 2.5 hours opening statement for the prosecution, they had less than 5 minutes. That was about Alicia. And I suspect the trial will be as such as well. All right, let's now listen to their first witness.
Okay, very good. And Ms. Doherty, can you approach real quick with defense counsel?
Okay.
Actually, go ahead, raise your right hand. Actually, don't do that. Stop one moment. Step over here, and then I'm gonna send the jury out momentarily. Okay, I'll be right back, I promise. Be real quick.
All right.
Okay. What's going on?
Okay, very good. All right, the state has requested there are certain witnesses, due to the nature of this case, that do not want their identities broadcast over, or to be filmed. So this would be one of those witnesses. So I would ask that any of the media in here do not broadcast the witness's identity, including taking still photos of her, okay? All right, very good. So, actually, I'm gonna have the jury come back in, and then we'll swear you in and,
Have a couple in the restroom, too, so maybe
okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ms. Albright, go ahead and have a seat right here in the witness stand. We'll just wait. And then as soon as the jury comes in, I'll have you sworn in front of the jury.
Yeah, sometimes some witnesses are simply scared. To me, that should only be applied to civilian witnesses. I think it's an absolute disgrace when cops show up as witnesses and claims, yeah, I don't want to show my face. Oh, you fucked hard. If you can't show your face, then don't be a fucking cop.
It's gonna be a couple minutes, Judge, a couple, still waiting.
Okay?
Never knew a witness could do that unless a child. Yeah, that's the standard in almost every trial I ever covered, except the YSL trial, and apparently this trial, and also the YNW Melly trial. Then the camera should focus on the judge or the person asking question, not the defendant all the time. Oh, come on. No, this is not a sidebar. They sent the jury out.
Yep, let's bring him in.
All right, now the actual trial starts. First witness, I don't remember the name. It's a state witness who don't want their face shown.
very good. Ms. Albritton, if you would please raise your right hand, and the clerk right here is going to swear you in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay, and you got to make sure that you speak into the microphone so that you can be heard. I can tell you're a little bit soft-spoken, so, all right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please state your full name for the record.
Aaliyah Albritton,
Miss Albritton, what city do you live in?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Florida? How long have you lived in Jacksonville, Florida?
My whole life.
How old are you now?
22.
I'm going to ask you about some events that occurred the weekend starting on June 21st of 2024, that Friday. Do you remember that weekend?
Yes.
Hi, Angela.
And on that weekend, did you have any travel plans?
Yes.
And at that time, back in 2024, you were still living in Jacksonville, is that correct?
Yes.
Where were you going to go that weekend?
To Tampa.
Who were you going to go to Tampa with?
My friend, two of my friends,
And what was your friends' names?
Taifa and Camille.
Okay. And when you say Taifa, are you referring to Taifa McCrae?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's already been marked for identification, states Exhibit 27. Have I already shown you this photograph?
Okay, these are names
Do
I
you
don't recognize.
the person in this photograph?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate picture of the way Taifa McCrae looked back in June of 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit number 27.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Ms. Albritton, is that a photograph of Taifa McCrae?
Yes.
Do you actually recognize the outfit that he's wearing? And I'm going to scroll this up a little bit so that you can see all of it. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Is that what he was wearing that weekend?
Yes.
Let's go back to the Friday, June 21st of 2024. You said that you were coming down to Tampa with two friends, is that correct?
Yes.
Who was the other friend that you had mentioned that was coming to Tampa with you?
Camille.
And is her last name Bentley? Would that be Camilla Bentley?
Yeah.
How do you know Camilla Bentley?
I met her through somebody. I met her through one of my friends.
How long had you known Camilla Bentley before June of 2024?
Probably a year.
What was the nature of your relationship with Camilla Bentley?
We were just friends. We just hang out time to time.
And what about Mr. McCrae? How do you know Taifa McCrae?
I know him through a friend also.
How long had you known Mr. McCrae?
I've known him a few years.
And what was the plan when you came to Tampa? What were you guys going to do together?
We were just gonna hang out, have fun, go to some clubs. That was really it.
Have you ever heard of a person that was a rapper in Jacksonville by the name of Julio Foolio?
Yes.
Do you know what his real name is?
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Charles.
And do you know his last name as well?
Jones.
Is there any relationship between your friend Taifa McCrae and Charles Jones, the victim in this case?
Yeah, they're cousins, if I'm not mistaken.
Did any of your plans in Tampa involve Charles Jones, the rapper known as Julio Foolio?
Yeah.
What was going to happen in Tampa that weekend of June 21st of 2024?
I think he had to perform somewhere, or he had like to show up at a club or something like that.
And going back again to that day on Friday, who were you traveling to Tampa with?
Taifa and Camille.
How were you getting to Tampa? How did you get to Tampa?
Taifa's car.
Where did he pick you up at?
Camille's house.
And did he drive both you and Camilla Bentley to Tampa?
Yes.
When did you get to Tampa, Florida?
Friday night, I think. Friday night, probably like 9, I think.
Where did you stay when you got to Tampa?
Airbnb.
Had you been to Tampa before then?
Yeah.
Did you know, were you familiar with the area at the Airbnb that you were staying at?
No.
Could you today even say what the address of that Airbnb
No, I have
was?
no idea.
Can you tell us what type of Airbnb it was?
A house, and I think it had a pool. I think it had like 2 or 3 bedrooms.
Was there anyone else staying at that Airbnb in Tampa with you besides Camilla Bentley and Tafa McCrae?
Yes.
Who else was staying at the Airbnb?
A few of Taifa friends, Julio friends.
Okay. What about Charles Jones, Julio Foolio? Was he there as well?
Yeah.
Were you also staying at that Airbnb the whole weekend? Was that the plan?
No, they had booked a different house. So it was 2 different Airbnbs.
You said 2 different houses, so one Airbnb for Friday, is that correct?
And 1 for Saturday.
And 1 for Saturday. Did you go to another Airbnb Saturday night,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
the following day?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know the address of the Airbnb that you stayed at the following day?
No.
And we're now talking about the Saturday, June 22nd of 2024.
Yeah, I don't know neither of the addresses. I don't even remember where they were at.
I want to ask you who all went to the second Airbnb?
Everybody.
Is this even
When
the
you say
same
everybody, are you
B&B?
referring to all of the
as
people
the
that you
defendant stayed in?
previously have
What's
stayed
going on
in
here?
at the Airbnb on Friday?
Yes.
So can you just list them for us again, who they are?
Taifa, Camilla, Julio, and I think like 2 of his friends, 2 of Julio's friends.
So she
So there
was
were
with
additional people there besides
Julio.
your group and Charles Jones.
Yeah.
Were there any parties or celebrations that were planned for that Saturday on June 22nd of 2024?
Yeah.
What was going on?
Julio had a pool party.
Was there, when you say you had a pool party, was it just for the people that you have now mentioned, or were other
No,
people
like
coming?
it was a whole bunch of people there.
How many people would you say was at that?
Okay, to my understanding, this is a woman who was in the entourage of Folio. Okay? Yeah, let's see what she actually saw.
Pool party at the time when most people were there?
The house was full, so probably like 50 people, maybe 30 people.
And did you recognize some of the people in the party?
I knew a couple of them.
And where were they from?
Jacksonville.
And of the ones that you knew, do you know what their names are?
Their nicknames.
Nicknames. I want to ask you a little bit about the nicknames, okay? You said that you have grown up in Jacksonville your whole life, is that correct? And you said that you knew Charles Jones as Julio Foolio, is that correct? Were you familiar with what he did in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he post a lot of music to social media?
Yeah.
And what was he known for in Jacksonville?
Rapping.
Rapping. Are you familiar with the term drill rapping?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, were you familiar with what gang that he was associated with or a member of?
Yeah.
And what was the name of that?
I don't know the name. I just know it goes by like side of towns.
The side of town, so there are different areas of the town that gangs are associated with? Okay. So going back to that
This is very
party,
leading.
did you see any other rappers or people that made music at the party?
No, I kind of stayed in the room. I didn't really interact with everybody.
Why were you at that party?
Because I was staying there.
Okay. Who were you more associated with the group in Jacksonville?
Say it one more time.
Were you friends with Charles Jones? Did you hang out with him at the party?
I didn't really hang out with him, no. I don't do big crowds of people, so I just stayed in the room.
And Tafa McCray, is he the person that you considered your friend in that group?
Yeah.
And other than Tafa McCray and Camilla Bentley, was there anyone else there that you were very close with?
No.
At some point, what did you do during that day at that Airbnb?
Saturday,
Yes, ma'am.
like during the day,
Yes.
I went to the mall and the liquor store. Nothing else really.
And then what time did the party at the Airbnb start?
At nighttime, sometime probably like 8 or 9, 10 maybe.
What happened at the Airbnb at some point?
It got shut down. We got kicked out because I guess whoever the owner of the Airbnb was didn't want to party there or something like that. It was too many people on the Ring camera. I think that's what they said.
And who shut down the party?
The police came.
Prior to the police coming, even though there were too many people there, was there anything unusual that happened at that Airbnb where Charles Jones was celebrating his birthday?
No.
After the party got shut down, where did you go?
We went straight to the clubs after that.
And were those the clubs where you said that Charles Jones had some kind of promos?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We went to a few clubs, so I'm not exactly sure which one we went to first. I think it was like the second or third one where he had to like come at.
Okay. And so do you know the name of the clubs?
No, I don't remember the names of none of the clubs.
Who did you go to the clubs with?
Camilla and Taifa.
And what vehicle did you go in?
Taifa's.
Was there other people in your group from the Airbnb going to the clubs at the same time?
I think so, yeah.
What about Charles Jones? Was he going to the clubs?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you know who he was in a car with?
Two of his friends, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And do you remember what kind of car that he was driving?
Charger,
And what color?
black.
And then, do you remember whether or not Charles Jones had a girlfriend that was at the Airbnb
Yeah, she came that night.
on Saturday, June 22nd of 2024? What was her name? Do you know her name?
Monty, I'm not sure if that's her real name or not, but
But you remember that his girlfriend did show up, is that correct? Did she also go in a separate vehicle to the clubs?
yeah.
Do you remember how many people were in her car?
I think she had one of her friends with her.
And did the cars go together to the club or separately?
Well, the first club we went separately because I think we left before them because they had to like get all their stuff. But we eventually ended up meeting at the club.
Okay. And how long would you say that you were at the first club?
I really don't remember.
Had you been doing any drinking that night?
Yes, I was.
How much had you had to drink, would you say, before you went to the clubs while you were at the pool party?
A decent amount.
And let me ask you this, did you feel like you were intoxicated at all?
I was definitely intoxicated.
Could you still walk on your own?
Oh, yeah.
Did you still understand what was going on?
Yeah.
And again, prior to leaving to the clubs, had there been any sort of incidents, fighting, or any kind of thing that would give you concern?
No.
And you said that the first club, the whole group went, is that correct?
Yeah.
And there were 3 vehicles.
Yeah.
Were there other people from Jacksonville that eventually went to that club as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure which club they came to, but yeah, it was.
And you already said, I think, that you don't know how long you stayed at that club.
Yeah, I don't remember. We went to, I think over 3 clubs. I don't know how long we were at each club.
At any club, whether it was the first one, second one, did you have any issue in the clubs?
No,
Did you see whether or not Charles Jones had any issues with anyone in either of those clubs?
no.
And at some point, what happened after you guys were done in the clubs?
We had to find somewhere to stay. We didn't have nowhere to stay anymore.
Well, what happened? Where did you go?
A hotel.
Do you remember what hotel you went to?
Home to be, I think, Holiday. It was too connected to each other.
You said home to, could it be home to suites? Does that sound right?
I think so. Yeah.
And then Holiday Inn, is that correct?
Yeah.
How many cars went to the hotel?
3.
Is it the 3 cars that we've already talked about? What happens when you get to the hotels?
I had to use the bathroom. I went and used the bathroom, and that's when all that happened outside, I guess.
When you said you went to go use the bathroom, had you guys checked in at that point?
No, I don't think we were able to get a room there. It was either booked or it was too late to get it or something.
And were you still in Typha McCrae's house? I'm sorry, Typha McCrae's vehicle.
Yeah,
And who else was in the vehicle at that point?
Camilla.
All right, I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 22B6. Did I ask you to look at this CD prior to coming to court today?
Yeah,
And did I also ask you to put initials on there so you could recognize it at a later time?
yeah,
And does this exhibit, States Exhibit 22B6, does it fairly and accurately depict the front of that hotel, Home to Suites, where you were at on June 23rd of 2024?
yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit 22B6.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Do I just push it?
I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, I must say. Yeah, she was in the entourage. Yeah, they hired an Airbnb. They got kicked out, and then they tried to get a hotel room, and that didn't work out, and then boom, shit happened.
You said that you went to several clubs, is that correct? How long would you say it took to get from one club to the next club?
I don't remember.
And at the second club, do you remember how long you were at that club?
No, I don't remember how long I was at none of the clubs. I don't know how far they are from each other. I don't remember none of that. None of that.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at the monitor.
Establishing, yeah, she was in that other car. Yeah, she walked in, and then shit happened
If you need to
outside.
step down, because it's
So
a little
she's-
hard, because the screen is kind of parallel with
Oh,
you
yeah,
and
I can
so-
see. Can you see? I mean,
Yeah, I can see. I just want to make sure you can see, and then if you have to point something out, Ms. Albritton, you are welcome to walk over to the screen and point out something if necessary, okay?
okay.
This, I suspect this is just
Can you
to
tell me,
play
do you
that
recognize
video
the
again.
vehicles that are being depicted in this video?
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to ask you to step down for just 1 second, just so you can point to what vehicles and who are in each vehicle, if you know who's in the vehicle.
All right.
And when you say Monty, that's the girlfriend, is that correct? Does Armani Turner, does that sound correct, ma'am?
I don't know.
You don't know her name, okay, we'll call her Monty then. And in the black Charger, that is the vehicle that you said Charles Jones is in, is that correct? And then the very vehicle in the back is the vehicle that you are in with Tifa McCray?
Yeah.
Who's driving?
Sorry.
You can go ahead and have a seat, I'm gonna play some more and have you watch it.
Let's see, timeline. I have to do 4:25 a.m. Yeah, I wouldn't remember. If I've been out drinking since yesterday afternoon, then it's 4:25 a.m. I would not remember much either.
So Ms. Albrin, at some point, there's a period of time where Charles Jones' vehicle and his girlfriend's vehicle is back, and Tifa McCray's vehicle is gone for a little bit. Do you remember that? What's going on when Tifa McCray's vehicle is not following directly behind Charles Jones and his girlfriend's vehicle?
Monty was just driving a little crazy, so he didn't want to be close to her car, so he just stayed back.
And can you tell us who is getting out of the vehicles now?
Me and Tifa.
And could you see where another person got into the driver's seat?
In the video?
Yes.
No.
Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Here, Mr. Albert, I'm going to ask you to take a look at when Mr. McCray gets out of the vehicle. Do you kind of see somebody get into the driver's seat?
Oh, yeah.
Who is that?
Come here.
Your friend, Miss Camilla Bentley? Okay. And where are you going at this point?
To use the restroom.
Okay. How long are you in the restroom?
A couple minutes.
And what happens when you're in the restroom?
Nothing. As soon as I walked out the restroom, I just heard stuff outside.
What did you hear?
Shooting.
And when you heard shooting, what did you do?
I had stayed next to the lady at the front desk.
And had you seen, when you went to the restroom, where did Mr. McCray, Tifa McCray
He
go?
used the restroom too.
Okay. When you got out of the restroom, did you see him at all?
Yeah, like we walked out at like the same time.
And you said did you hear shooting while you were in the restroom or when you came out?
The restroom was like in a deep hallway, so I didn't really hear it till I got out of the hallway.
And when you heard the shooting, what was Tifa McCray, was he already out of the restroom?
Yeah, we heard it at like the same time.
And what did he do?
He didn't do anything. We stayed in there and we heard it stop, but then it kept going. So when he heard it stop, he was finna walk out there, but it started going again, so he didn't go out there.
So I want to ask you, you said at some point you heard shooting and it stopped, and then it started again, correct? Do you know how much time elapsed, or can you estimate?
A few seconds, probably like 10 seconds, 10, 30 seconds.
And while you heard shooting, did you or Mr. McCray try to go outside into that parking lot where Charles Jones was parked?
No.
After the shooting happened, what did you do?
I called Camilla
And why did you call Camilla Bentley?
because I knew she was outside in the car, and it wasn't no cars out there, so I just called to see where she was at.
You said there were no cars outside, so at some point, did you go and look to see
No,
where
I
the
could
cars
see it
were?
through the door. It was a
Okay.
clear door.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. And you said that there was somebody working at the hotel, is that correct?
Yeah, a female.
And did she also hear the shooting?
Yeah, she had said something about if it was somebody's people outside that they were shooting.
And you said you could see out of the window at some point and there was no vehicles, is that correct?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
The sliding doors was clear. So
At some point, without going into your conversation, did you get in touch with Camilla Bentley on the phone?
yes,
Okay. And again, without going into the conversation, how soon would you say you got a hold of her after the shooting had occurred?
as soon as right after it happened.
Right after? And how did she sound?
In distress.
And then what did she say to you?
She told me she was shot, and yeah, she had said she had left, and I think she was telling me kind of where she was at, and I had just told her to come back and get us.
Did she do that? And at that point, what vehicle was she in?
Typhus.
What happened when Camilla Bentley came back to the hotel? And what happened when she came back?
She got in the back seat, and we left.
Before leaving that, you said you looked out there. Did you see Charles Jones' vehicle again at that point?
No, I didn't see his vehicle after that, no.
What about Armani, his girlfriend? Did you see her vehicle at all? And you said that Camilla Bentley then got in the backseat, is that correct? Who was driving at that point?
Taifa,
Where did you all go?
to take Camille to the hospital.
Do you remember what hospital it was?
No, I have no idea.
What happened once you got to the hospital with Camilla Bentley?
Taifa and Camille went inside.
Right. Where did you go?
I stayed in the car, and I parked the car at some apartments, I think right next to the hospital.
And do you remember the name of the apartments?
No, I have no idea.
So you've been out afternoon, night, it's 4:25 in the morning, and then you drive? Huh.
Why didn't you go into the hospital?
I didn't want to see any police. I didn't want to come in contact with any police officers
Why was that?
because I'm on probation.
You're on probation back in Jacksonville?
Oh, probation. And let me guess, Miss Witness, you never sought permission to leave the county. You weren't in touch with your probation officer, and I guess one of your conditions was no partying, no drinking. So how come you don't have any charges? Is it because testify and the charges goes away? Yeah.
So why did Typha McCrae stay?
I told him to stay.
Why did you do that?
I didn't want Camille going in the hospital by herself.
And what happened once you got to that apartment that was close to the hospital?
I got picked up.
Picked up by whom?
One of Taifa's friends.
What happened to Typha McCrae's car?
It just stayed in apartments.
And let me show you some photographs. I show you states 29A through D. Do you recognize all of these photographs?
Yeah.
And do these photographs fairly and accurately depict Mr. McCrae's vehicle as well as the location that you left the vehicle?
Yeah.
And at this time, we would introduce into evidence States Exhibit 29A through D.
Any objection?
No objection.
They're admitted.
Oh, I see. Yep. Ms. Alberton, can you tell us what's in 29A?
Taifa's car,
Okay. And which one?
the Nissan.
Okay, the one in the middle, is that a Nissan Altima?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you 29B. Do you see some damage in this picture?
Yes.
Prior to this night, had there been any sort of damage to the side of the vehicle?
No.
You don't know, do you know, were you in the vehicle when it was damaged?
No.
I'm going to show you 29C. Is that the back of Mr. McCrae's vehicle?
Yeah.
And do you see the two bullet holes that are in the back windshield?
Mm-hmm.
Had that been there prior to what happened, the shooting at Home to Suites?
No.
I'm going to show you 29D. This is a close-up. Did you see that on the back of the vehicle when you left it at that apartment complex?
No.
Now, I want to talk a little bit more about why you didn't want to speak to the police. At some point, were you concerned with some of the stuff that is going on in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
A lot of people just don't get along.
And when you say a lot of people don't get along, are you again referring to these rival neighborhood gang groups?
Yeah.
Some point when you were younger, did you date someone who was associated with a rapper by the name of Young and Ace?
Yeah.
What is Young and Ace's real name?
Keontae.
Okay. Is that Keontae Bullard?
Mhm.
And who were you dating that was related to Mr. Bullard?
Trayvon.
How is Trayvon Bullard related to Keontae Bullard?
They're brothers.
When did you date him?
In 2018.
And did something happen to him?
Yeah, he passed away.
When did he pass away?
June 5th, 2018.
And how did he pass away?
He got shot.
Was that a part of this rival gang war?
I'm assuming.
And when you say that he, at that point back in, you said 2018, was there even a group called ATK back then?
No.
And going back to Young and Ace, what was it known as back then?
Young and Gang.
And is there music and rap music that is associated? Do you need a Kleenex or a tissue?
No.
You're okay? Okay. Is there music and nicknames and rap names associated with the music that these gangs are putting out?
Yes.
And what did your boyfriend's brother, what did he go by?
Ace.
And is that, you said back then, the group that hung out with him, his gang was called what?
Young and Gang.
At some point after the death of your boyfriend, did you continue to hang out with his brother and his brother's group?
I kept in contact, but I didn't really hang out with them.
Were you interested in all of that back and forth that was going on between Youngin crew and the rival neighborhood gang?
Overruled, go ahead.
No. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And so your boyfriend back then, he was associated with the group that was against Charles Jones' group, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that some of the concern that you had with people finding out where you were?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be a part of none of the media stuff.
Is there a lot of social media that goes on with these two rival groups?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 34.
I'm
Do you
wondering
recognize that
why,
individual?
why,
Is
why?
that a fair and accurate?
If there is a ongoing, long-term feud between these two groups, and Alicia is not, I mean, if they thought Alicia was associated with a gang, they would have had gang charges here. So why would this gang have her coordinating shit? Why?
Accurate picture of that individual? Your Honor, at this time, we'll introduce into evidence States Exhibit number 34.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Ms. Albritton, who is pictured in States Exhibit 34?
Charles?
Charles Jones. And you said that his gang, his rapper nickname was Julio Foolio, is that correct?
Is that a yes, Ms. Albritton?
Yes.
Okay.
Had you listened to any of the music that he had put out?
No, I don't listen to his music.
Okay. And during that night when you were with Mr. McCrae, were there any concerns at all for your safety or the other safety of the people that were with you?
I really didn't think nothing of it because we was out of town. So, and nothing happened the first night, so I mean, I didn't really think nothing of it.
After this happened, did you ever, what did you do after you got picked up by Mr. McCrae's friend?
I was just in the car with him, but I ended up going back to the hotel where it was at. And, because I guess the boy knows Monty and them, they was talking.
Okay. And again, you say, Monty, are you referring to Charles Jones' girlfriend?
Yes.
Did you at some point know what happened to Charles Jones?
Taifa had, yeah, when I talked to Taifa, he told me.
So you had additional communication with Taifa McCrae after his friend picked you up?
Yeah, I was checking on Camilla, so I called him.
When you went back to the home to suites, what did you see when you went back there? And what time was it when you went back there?
It was daylight now. It was just the police had it roped off and stuff.
Who did you see when you went back to that location after the police had already roped off the area?
Monty, I don't know the other people.
Charles Jones' girlfriend? Did you ever give a statement to law enforcement while you were in Tampa?
No.
At some point later on in the investigation, did a detective, Juan Ramos with the Tampa Police Department, call you to take your statement?
Yes.
And at that time, did you provide him with a statement?
Yeah.
Was that the only statement that you provided to the Tampa Police Department?
Yeah.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Okay, she needs time. Why?
Your Honor, at this time, we pass the witness.
Okay, cross.
ask her if she got charged with DUI.
Good afternoon. Do you know Alicia Andrews?
No,
No? Have you ever seen Alicia Andrews before?
no,
You know of Alicia Andrews?
no,
And so you never met her before?
nope.
The night of Charles Jones's murder, you were hanging out with him?
I was, yeah,
Okay. You're in the video where he's in the Charger next to the vehicle that you're parked in, correct? All right. And are you a part of Charles Jones's gang?
no,
So you're not a part of what they call 6 Block?
no,
Are you a part of any gang at all?
no,
All right. Do you know if Alicia Andrews is a part of any gang?
no, I don't know her.
Okay. You listen to rap music?
Yeah,
All right. But you said you don't listen to Charles Jones's rap music?
no,
So no Julio Foolio in your playlist?
nope.
All right. Is there a reason why?
It's not my type of music.
All right. But you know the substance of his music, is that correct?
Yeah, I've seen it on social media.
All right. And the music that he raps about, they call it drill rap?
Correct.
And that music is him talking about what they call opposition ops?
Yeah,
All right. When Charles Jones, Julio Foolio, talks about his ops, is he talking about them in a derogatory manner?
yeah,
He talks about them being dead. Is that accurate?
correct.
He talks about them being kidnapped. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think, I don't know about that part.
Does he talk about them being shot?
Correct.
And he made fun of these things?
Yeah,
All right. And because of that, did people not like him?
yeah,
All right. And these people that did not like Julio Foolio, did they talk about that around Jacksonville?
yeah,
Did they talk about it on the internet?
yeah,
All right. It's pretty common.
yeah.
You've seen music videos of Charles Jones, Julio Foolio making fun of dead people before?
Yeah.
All right. I
This-
have
this is
a
the
sort of
big
a
boys
strange
room, I'll
question,
be
but
right
try
back.
to follow me. You stayed in an Airbnb when you came from Jacksonville to Tampa, right?
Correct.
And you didn't book the Airbnb. Is that accurate? All right. When you stayed in the Airbnb, did you stay there because you didn't want to stay in a hotel that had cameras in a lobby?
No,
So you were not at the Airbnb to sort of hide your identity. Is that accurate?
no,
Did you pay or contribute any money to the Airbnb?
no,
The names of the clubs that you all went to on the night of Charles Jones's murder, you said you do not remember the names, right?
none of
You
them,
you don't remember where they were at?
no, nope,
You don't know how far they were from each other?
no.
You believe there were at least 3, though?
Yeah, like we went to 4 clubs the first night and the second night.
Okay. All right. Is one of the reasons why you don't remember the clubs or where they were at because you're not from Tampa?
Yeah, and I was just riding. I didn't really care where we went. I didn't look up no place to go. I didn't pick where we were going either.
All right, so you weren't driving the car?
No,
You were just a passenger?
correct.
You were just going along for the ride? Is that a yes? Just for the
Yeah.
court reporter? Okay. Do you know anyone in the group of people that you were with called Fat Boy?
Called who?
Fat Boy?
That was supposed to be with us?
Yes.
No.
All right. Even though you don't listen to Julio Foolio's music, do you know about the issues that Julio Foolio has with other people in Jacksonville?
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. You know that the people, you said earlier, people just don't get along, right?
Correct.
All right. And that's because you don't live under a rock, right?
Correct.
And you see things that whether it be on social media, right? Or whether it be on just in your personal conversations, correct?
I don't talk about it.
You don't? Okay. Let me ask you this. You dated Young and Ace's brother. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
His name is
Trayvon.
Trayvon? Okay. Trayvon, when you say brother of Young and Ace, is that his blood brother?
Yes, same mama. I think they have different dads though.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did Young and Ace get along with Julio Foolio?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, really? But then again, both the state and the defense have more or less said out loud that, yeah, the four other guys are the shooters. So,
So, Trayvon, did he get along with Julio Foolio?
No.
All right. And you're hanging with Julio Foolio, who did not get along with Trayvon. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. Trayvon was shot.
Yes.
Did Julio Foolio ever rap about Trayvon being shot?
Yeah.
Did Julio Foolio ever make fun of Trayvon, your former boyfriend, being shot?
Yeah.
so who conspired?
When the vehicle, I guess there's a car. you saw the
Oh, is this the defense? Alicia had nothing to do with it. But hey, look, these guys that this witness hung around with, they didn't like Julio. Okay, interesting. Were they checked out?
video that the state played earlier. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Give me 1 second. So this vehicle here that we see on the right, that's the vehicle you're in?
Yeah.
All right. That vehicle, it comes from, I guess the back side of the hotel?
Yeah, it's two different entrance ways.
All right. Do you remember coming in and making the right up front, up here? Let me show you. You remember coming in and making this right? And going around the hotel to get to this side?
And I guess.
You guessed? Did you go this way? Straight?
I don't really remember, but seeing the video, we went right.
Okay. It makes sense that you would have went right to come around the hotel. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Now, is there any reason in particular that you went around the building to come to the spot here where you're at?
I wasn't driving.
So you didn't make that decision?
No.
All right. So you don't know why the vehicle is faced in the opposite direction?
No.
All right. Just you mentioned knowing what ATK is. Did you say that?
I said I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what ATK is?
No, I don't know what that means. I wasn't. No.
Oh, so sorry. Not the meaning of ATK, but that Young and Ace is a part of ATK. Did you say whether you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. ATK and 6 Block, do those two groups get along?
No.
Charles Jones, just for the jury, is a part of 6 Block, is that correct?
Yeah,
And Young and Ace is a part of ATK, is that correct?
yeah.
And to your knowledge, Alicia Andrews is not a part of either of those gangs, correct?
I don't know her.
All right. Did you see Alicia Andrews at any of the Airbnbs that you had either Friday or Saturday night?
No,
All right. Was Alicia Andrews inside of any of the clubs that you went to Friday or Saturday night?
no.
All right. You mentioned being on probation. Are you on probation now, or were you on probation during this time
I'm
period?
still on it.
You're still on probation? All right. Has your probation officer given you any trouble about this issue, being out of town?
No.
All right. No further questions.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Albritton, going back to these drill rap videos, in particular, the song of Charles Jones about your boyfriend, is that When I See You? Is that the song that you're talking about?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. And that's one of the music or drill rap videos that you don't like, is that correct?
I don't care for them.
Does the other side, does Young and Ace and ATK, do they do similar rap videos about Charles Jones' 6 Block group?
I don't know. I don't listen to neither, honestly.
Okay. But you are aware of the back and forth, is that correct?
Yeah.
And how long had you dated Young and Ace's brother, Trayvon Bullard?
6 months.
6 months. And then when you were in Tampa, who were you hanging out with again? Mr. McCrae, is that correct?
Yeah.
How long had you been friends with Mr. McCrae?
I've known him years.
Okay. And were you invited by Mr. McCrae to go to this event?
Yeah.
Do you know how long it had been advertised, or how long Charles Jones had planned to go to this appearance in Tampa?
No.
Do you know whether or not it was posted on social media?
I think, I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. And you said that you didn't know Alicia Andrews. Did you ever know or hear of a person by the name of Isaiah Chance?
On Instagram.
Okay. And did he also have a nickname, a gang nickname, a rapper nickname?
Yeah.
What was that?
Gutta.
Gutta? Okay. And when we talk about these groups, now that you said that Charles Jones is a part of 6 Block and Young and Ace developed into ATK, is that correct?
Yeah.
Those are the rival groups?
Yeah.
Would Isaiah Chance, Gutta, would he be friends or enemies with Charles Jones and 6 Block?
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
You don't know what side that he's on?
No, I've never really heard of him till this occurred.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. Prosecution's tactic. Try
Ms.
to
McCrae,
bore us to
when
death.
you were in the bathroom, did you have communications with anyone?
No.
I have nothing further, Judge.
Okay, very good. May this witness be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You're free to
Okay.
go.
Did you check her phone?
Thank you. All right, let's take a quick afternoon break, 5 minutes, and we'll be back, okay?
All rise.
is sent out. And no talk to the... No, we are up to actual live. All right, folks. Defense opening statement. First witness. I kind of like the defense opening statement, and I'm not impressed by the state. This witness didn't move the needle in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, she was there. We knew that. She went inside and saw nothing. All right. Oh. Folks, I'm actually going to turn in for the night. It is 8:30 here. I haven't had my afternoon nap. I will do it like this. If I get home early tomorrow, I will start earlier and we will go through the rest of the afternoon. I will play it in 1.25 speed and then we will catch up in no time. All right? And meanwhile, I will try to figure out why Rumble closed down the YouTube stream after 2 hours. Because I have no clue why. All right. Everybody, as per always, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to do this. And before I forget it, from the earlier stream, dun, 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 I want to say thank you to Suki, who gifted 10 memberships. And who else gifted? I don't remember. All right. But thank you. Thank you so much. I will see you all back here tomorrow morning, your time, afternoon, my time. And we will go through the rest of today in 1.25 speed. We skip through the breaks and everything. And we should be caught up by lunch. Unless something really shitty happens and I have a lot to say. Then we will never be caught up. All right. From me and Mr. Jingles, who's somewhere around here. Thank you. You all have a good one, and I will see you all in the next stream or video. Bye.
Sail the raven waves, brothers. Axes high, shields strong. From distant lands we gather, hearts of fire all along. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. the storm and through